Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today, November 4th. We're not at my birthday yet. I just completely ran out of breath there. And don't worry, I am finally going to go to the doctor because this problem is really starting to piss me off. So, Halloween is over. The marathon is over. How the hell did I get to 233 movies? Well, like I said, I've been sick for almost a month, and even if I went out, it would only be for like an hour because my energy would completely drain and I just want to go home. But yeah, 233 movies. That is 22 more than my record, which was 211. Didn't get all the first time viewings watched. Didn't watch A Quiet Place. Didn't watch Happy Death Day and a couple others, but I did get one watched, which ended up being the best first time viewing because the first time viewings this marathon were kind of lacking. Nothing really wowed me until this film. I'll tell you what it is when we get there. So yep, this is everything from October 25th till last night. I will get started. 193 was The Watcher in the Woods, one of my favorites as a kid. 194, Dracula AD 1972. 195, Event Horizon. Move on because otherwise I'll talk about that movie for about an hour. And then 196, from the Tim Burton collection set, I watched Corpse Bride. And then 197, I watched on Disney Plus. I watched Hocus Pocus 2. I wish they would put that on DVD or Blu-ray because I want it in my collection. And the last one of that night, 198, I watched Tales of Halloween. Now for October 26th, 199, I watched Alien Romulus. Number 200, yikes. The original Hills Have Eyes. 201, I watched on Shudder. I watched Ghost Watch. That's one I want to get on DVD or Blu-ray soon, but it's kind of high priced at the moment. 202, I watched The Nightmare Before Christmas. 203, I watched The Bay. If you haven't watched this, so recommend it. And then ended that night, 204, with Land of the Dead, and then I just didn't watch any more of the George Romero zombie movies. Move this over. So October 27th, 205, I watched the Hellraiser reboot. 206, I watched Trick or Treat. 207, I watched Masters of Horror: The Black Cat. I haven't watched any of the others. I have the first season, and I have the individual ones, but so far this is the only one I have seen. Need a drink. Oh, God. 208, I watched with my dad, another one that he likes, which is kind of funny. That is Meg 2, The Trench. 209, watched Idle Hands, another great movie. And 210, I watched Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And for October 28th, 211, which tied the record, I checked out my new 4K of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Perfect. 212, which broke the record, I watched Underwater. 213, I watched House on Haunted Hill remake. One of my, I say one of, but I always go back between this and Maniac as my favorite horror film remake. 214, I watched Tremors. And I didn't watch any more Dark Shadows this month, which I really got to rectify. But I wanted to try to get at least one TV show watched. And of course, I picked this because it's coming back in November. I'm not ready for it. 215, I watched disc 1 of Stranger Things Season 1. Flip my page over. October 29th, first watch of the day, 216, I watched The Hunger. 217, I watched Session 9. And, sorry. 218 was a first time viewing that I PVR'd off of TCM, which was Mark of the Vampire. No, I didn't like this. I gave it a 5 out of 10. I just thought it was boring. It was to me, it was basically a lower class remake of Dracula. And then to find out that Bela Lugosi and the lady he was with, who were dressed up as vampires, weren't vampires. They were actually actors dressing up. And I was like, okay, well, that sucks. I literally was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, so I didn't really care for that, which is a bummer. 219, another first time viewing. Also PVR'd, which was The Devil Rides Out, and I like this one, as with Christopher Lee. Kind of oh god, sorry guys. Not kinda, he was playing a good guy, which is very rare. Had to do with the occult and that kind of stuff, and it was actually really good. I enjoyed it, so I'll be picking that up on Blu-ray. I should have mentioned my first time viewings. I think I only got to 29 or 30, which is 2 more than last year, but like I said, I didn't get to the main ones I wanted. So I gave Devil Rides Out 7 out of 10. I'll pick that up in the near future. So October 30th, the first one of the day, 2:20, I watched The Monster Squad, childhood favorite. 2:21 was a first time viewing, and damn was it disappointing. I watched it on Shudder. I was looking forward to this regardless of the bad reviews, but I got halfway through it and I was like, no. That was Hell House LLC Lineage. Why they made it into an actual movie instead of keeping it found footage, I don't know, but that's the thing that just ruined the movie for me. They should have kept it found footage. Still don't understand why they did that. And from what people were saying, that this is the last one. Why is it the last one? Because it left more more questions than answers. So I don't know what the hell the director was smoking when he decided to make this into a movie when it should have been found footage. So yeah, very disappointing. 2:22, I watched The Lost Boys. Now here's a funny thing. I got about 4 hours sleep this day, and I was awake through Hell House LLC, but this one I kept falling asleep. I watched it 3 times. The first time I fell asleep and missed about half an hour of the movie, or 45 minutes of the movie, rewound it, did the same thing, and then the third time I actually stayed awake. I was like, god damn. But it was like a short movie. It was only 90 minutes long, but when I finally stayed awake to watch it, I really enjoyed it, and that is The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, which is Hammer and the Shaw Brothers. Yeah, I just was like, I'll just close my eyes for a second, and then 45 minutes go by. But yeah, I did enjoy this one. I finally watched it. That was a crazy night. But yeah, 4 hours of sleep, and I'm trying to bang out first time viewings. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it, so that's a keeper. And then for 2:24, I watched The Hills Run Red. And 2:25, I was going back and forth between Happy Death Day, 28 years later, and a few others, and I'm like, this is gonna do it, because otherwise I'm not gonna watch it. I finally see what the hype is about. I watched it. It was one I really wanted to see in the theater, but then I kept putting it off, and then all the hype towards it, I was worried I wasn't gonna like it, but I get the hype. The hype was awesome. The music was awesome. Everything about this movie was awesome. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. The highest rated first time viewing this whole marathon, because like I said, it was very lackluster in the first time viewing. A lot of them were like 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, a lot of 5 out of 10s. But this was the best, and I could see where people were, what people were talking about. 2:25, I finally watched Sinners. Definitely the best movie of my marathon. Is it my favorite movie of the year? I don't know. I think I would be tied with Superman as my favorite. But damn, this was such a good movie. I'm so happy I finally watched it. I love the music. I'll probably pick up the soundtrack pretty soon, and love the cast. I mean, Michael B. Jordan doing the dual role, that was great, but finally got to watch it. And it was the last first time viewing. I was going to try to get one watched on Halloween, but I just ran out of time. 226, I watched Tenebrae. I'm not the biggest Dario Argento fan, but I love this movie. And then ended that night with season 1 of Stranger Things. I watched this 2, and now I gotta put on season 2 pretty soon. And this is everything I watched on Halloween. It was very, very rainy, windy, depressing because the Blue Jays lost. Oh, and such a horrible fashion too. So Game 7 is today. Please. So I started Halloween off with the obvious. I always start Halloween with this movie. 227 and my new 4K steelbook of Casper. I now have 3 copies of this movie. That's how much I love this movie. I have loved it since 1995. It's one of the staples I watch every Halloween, and I start Halloween with this. So, I don't know why, I've loved this the last 30 years, so. Oh, man. Thank God I'm going to get that checked out, because it's really annoying. 228, I watched Silver Bullet. I was kind of starting to run on fumes with everything. So, I was like, what do I want to watch? Do I want to watch a first time viewing? I go, no, I want to watch a werewolf movie, and Silver Bullet won. And then, oh man, 229, I watched WNUF Halloween special. And then Dad came home, we ordered pizza, and thank God we did. Because, well, there's a Pizza Hut just down the road from us. And they have, where they put the pizza in to keep it warm. It was already, like, at 4. The front part was full, and the back was already half full, so everybody had the same idea. This, of course, is the annual viewing of Sleepy Hollow. We watch this every Halloween. This is number 230. 230, oh my god. And then, just like last year, we watched this, and then we watched this. This is one of my dad's favorites, and one of mine. And we watched, for 231, John Carpenter's Vampires. And then my dad went out, and I went into my room and coughed. 232, I checked out my new 4K of my favorite vampire movie of all time, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Then that was ended at 10:30, and I was gonna watch House of Dark Shadows, which would have been a first time viewing. I'm not even at the part where Barnabas shows up, but I really wanted to watch the movie, to the point that I asked a Dark Shadows group, should I wait? And it was like divided. Everybody said I should wait. Everybody says, no, you can watch it now. But I was like, by the time I put it on and watch it, it will be into midnight before I update everything. And that is one thing I don't like doing. It sounds ridiculous, but if I would have gotten Dracula finished at 10, I probably would have watched House of Dark Shadows and then something else. But I was like, you know what? I think I'm kind of done with the first time viewings. I got 29:30 watched. Few duds. Great one. And I'm keeping quite a few. So I was like, what the hell do I finish with? So I decided 213. I hadn't put this on yet, and it's kind of poignant that I start the marathon with a movie from 1980. And as I burp, sorry. And I end it with a movie from 1980. My slipcover is very shiny, so I ended it with The Changeling. 233. How did I do that? Oh my god, guys. Only took me a month to go see the doctor about my breathing and coughing. What the hell? Well, you know how it is. So yeah, guys, 233 horror films watched from September 22nd to now. I don't think that record will ever be broken unless I get really sick again, which I'm praying to fucking God I don't. I'm over this shit. Just disappointed at myself again. First time viewings, the main ones I didn't get. But I gotta start doing that. I gotta start, because I've had Happy Death Day since it came out. I've had a lot of movies for like 15 years that I haven't watched, so I gotta get on the ball and do that. So, the book gets put away till next year. Now I'm gonna have the fun of trying to put all these and the new movies away. It's crazy. Oh my fucking god, I'm sorry, guys. But, like I said, I go in to see a doctor on Monday, so find out why this is happening. Why is it I have to cough to get air into my lungs? Because that's basically what's happening. Okay, guys, so that is it for the marathon of 2025. Damn. So, probably not going to watch anything horror for a couple of days because I'm kind of burnt out right now. I got burned out on the 29th, but I just kept going. I was like, I'm not giving up. I'm just going to keep going. Okay, that cough is kind of annoying me, guys. It's probably annoying you. So, until I'm not going to have a DVD Blu-ray update because I only basically bought 4 movies in the whole month of October, which were Working Man, Casper, and I don't even remember what the other 2 were. Oh, Fantastic Four. So I don't remember what the other one was. Okay, guys, I've rambled long enough. So, I hope you all have a great weekend. Watch a shitload of movies. And, of course, as always, like, comment, please subscribe. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye, guys.